also now bring in our guests. We already have political analyst Suman Raman joining us. We'll shortly be joined by our other guests as well. Suman, good to have you with us here on CNN News 18 this evening. The reservation row is back just as we inch closer to those elections in Karnataka. Now, this entire move by the BJP government, we've discussed about it, of them reducing or taking away the Muslim quota and dividing it between the Vokaligas and the Lingayats. How did you see that move? Do you think that's a move that will work in the favor as far as the BJP is concerned?
No, I think the very fact that it was done exactly a few weeks before the election showed the political opportunism in the move. And it was clear as crystal that this would be at the very least stayed by the Supreme Court, because already the quota in Karnataka has exceeded the 50% mark of the Indira Sawhney case. So there was very little chance that it would pass. The whole purpose of putting this out was very likely to sort of appeal to the core Hindutva voter by saying, see, we are taking away quotas from the Muslims. So I think that move was expected to fail, and it has failed. In any case, the Congress has already announced that if they come to power, they will be revoking this decision. It's very likely that the JDS also would be in favor of revoking the decision, simply because it was originally passed when at the time of Mr. Devegowda. So I think that very clearly it's a cynical attempt to polarize the electorate, and it's good that the Honorable Supreme Court has today stayed this matter, and not only stayed. I mean, some of the comments that have been passed about this attempt by the honorable judges of the court could indicate, what's in store for this quota, even once the hearing gets completed. But for now, until May 9th, they will have to be status quo. This quota cannot be removed, and no appointments can be made, without this quota. So I think that's a fair situation right now. I see this more as a setback for the BJP, but then they should have anticipated it. Had they wanted to really do this for the propriety, as they claim, saying that it is an unconstitutional thing, they could have done it 2 years ago. They could have done it 3 years ago. Why on the eve of the election?
So, Sumant, you are saying the timing is questionable as far as you think the intent of the BJP is concerned. We just had one second. Sumant, I just want to understand this. We just had an exclusive conversation with the Home Minister where he's once again reiterated and said that this entire move was unconstitutional. We stand by our decision, which is to take away this quota and split it between Vokaligas and the Lingayats. Parallelly, there is, yes, a legal battle that's taking place. There is status quo till the 9th of May. But in politics, a lot depends as far as optics is concerned. Considering the fact you have the BJP who's gone out there and said that we will be making changes as far as the reservation is concerned, don't you think that will have an impact as far as the voter is concerned?
No, I don't think that these, 2% additionally to the Lingayats and Vokaligas would massively sway their vote. I mean, the BJP does get the bulk of the Lingayat vote. That too is in jeopardy this time, thanks to what's happened to Lakshman Savadi and Jagdish Shettar and so on. But the point is more important. Look, if you have come up with a report which says that Muslims no longer are backward, and we have done a study, and here is the report, and because of this we are taking away this quota, at least there would be a fig leaf behind which the government can hide. Now, on what basis, without any new report, and there are multiple reports which over the years have established that Muslims are amongst the poorest and most deserving among the OBC categories. So when you have a report which says that they are genuinely backward, and you don't have a fresh report or a study which says that they are no longer backward in Karnataka, on what basis is such a decision taken? So this is a very obvious question. So I think that this is a controversy that the BJP need not have got into. But I think it's also, if a reason is also that they are sensing the ground slipping away in Karnataka as far as the assembly elections are concerned. And these are the last minute attempts in the last few weeks of running up to the election to try and retrieve some lost ground, maybe polarize the electorate further, and somehow hope that you can put up a good show.
Just playing the devil's advocate, Sumant, as far as these exits that have happened or people jumping ship, that's a given for every election, for every state as far as politics is concerned. There's nothing really new. So you do see certain people, shifting sides. So I don't know how much of that will have an impact as far as the electoral success is concerned. But just going back to the question that the Home Minister has raised, that even if the Congress says they will be revoking the decision, where will this entire reservation will come from? Will they look at overarching, increasing The quota reservation, I don't know if that will be even possible. Sumant, I'll just request you to stay on with us. I also want to bring in the former Chancellor of the Maulana Azad National Urdu University, Feroz Bhakt, who's also now joining us on the broadcast. Feroz ji, how do you see this development that has come in? The Home Minister has reiterated the decision as far as taking away the Muslim quota is concerned, and he's gone one step forward, in fact, calling the entire move unconstitutional as far as even plans of the Congress party are concerned.
All right, I hope you can listen to me.
We can hear you.
All right, thank you so much. You see, problem with reservation is that people want it on the basis of religion, which is unconstitutional and illegal. Right. Now, in my view, if you want to give any reservation should be between haves and have-nots. From all sections, even if a Brahmin is very poor, he should be given reservation. And if a Dalit brother is rich, he should not be or she should not be given reservation. One thing. Second thing is, so far as quotas are concerned, quotas actually make people, not active and creative. Quotas are just like crutches. And if you give quotas to any community, whether to Muslims or Dalits, to anyone, I am not, for that matter of fact, in favor of any of the reservations, because reservations, and let me tell you something very important, draft 491, when it was discussed in 1949 between between Sri Rajgopalachari, Sardar Patel, there were 5 other Muslim MPs who voted against reservation, including the first freedom fighter and the first education minister of India, that is Bharat Ratna Maulana Abul Kalam Azad. He was not, and all these 5 Muslim, Begum Azad, Rasool, Salim, many others. So they said that reservations will cripple the community, and later on, the Congress leader, Mr. Jawaharlal Nehru, also stated that reservations will actually create a wedge between Muslims and the government. So reservations is not the answer. Work hard, be talented, be meritorious, and make your dent felt.
So you're saying you're against as far as any quota is concerned, because you feel that as far as the voter on the ground is concerned, they've gone beyond as far as reservation is concerned. Suman, do you agree with that argument, that voter on the ground today has gone beyond reservation? If that was the case, why do we see every political party trying to cater to a vote bank that we know could have an impact as far as the numbers are concerned?
No, I think that there are 2 very clear distinctions that one has to make. If reservation is to exist, and I believe that it is certainly required, then it has the benefits must go to those who really deserve the benefits of reservation, who need the reservation. Now, the point is very simple. Are Muslims as a community considered as backward socially, educationally, and economically? Now, there are very clear criteria defined, and multiple reports across different states in India have come to the same conclusion, that Muslims are backward socially, educationally, and economically, on par with OBCs, or even worse off than Hindu OBC communities. Now, when you have that as a situation, if you are to give reservation, you have to have a uniform policy. You can't say Muslims may be backward, more backward than OBC Hindus, but we won't give them reservation because reservation cannot be given on the basis of religion. That doesn't make sense. So I think that, look, the reservation is given for a specific purpose. And as long as it reaches those who need the benefits of reservation, nobody should have any problem, irrespective of how it is actually given. Everything else is politics. Everything else is an attempt to polarize the communities.
Okay, everything else is politics. We leave the conversation there. Sumant and Feroz, always a pleasure speaking to you. We'll have to see how any of this actually plays out when the voter turns out, and within weeks we'll have the decision as far as Karnataka is concerned.